It's morphin' time!
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another G.I. Joe Classified Series review. We begin our look at the first wave of the retail line with number 01, Roadblock. Now, Roadblock is a classic G.I. Joe character debuting alongside Duke in 1984 and being a staple of future incarnations appearing in the Sunbow cartoon, briefly in the Deke series, as well as having prominent roles in such shows and movies, including G.I. Joe Retaliation, as well as G.I. Joe Renegades. So this character has had a long, storied history, and this is his new figure. It's nice to see Roadblock in the first wave, and it's nice to see this guy get credited being 01. So this is a look at our retail packaging. I'm not going to go in depth in later videos, but I do want to take a quick look overall. So we got the figure inside. You can see Roadblock is a big guy. He takes up a lot of space. Looks awesome. Great character art of Roadblock. Just, it looks like Roadblock. I get that vibe. Classified Series Roadblock on the side. Some badass looking artwork of him and his gun. Him beating up some alley vipers. And on the back we have the Toy Fair poster, now in color. Remember on the Snake Eyes Deluxe box, it was black and white. And this is something that's been my wallpaper on my phone since February. I'm so excited. I love seeing all the vehicles on here. I don't know how any of that may pan into eventual toys, but it's nice to see. But you can see we got Snake Eyes, Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, and Destro from Wave 1. We got Gung Ho and Cobra Commander and the Red Ninja from Wave 2. And then Baroness and the Alley Vipers are hanging out, so I'm pretty sure they're in Wave 3. But overall, this art's is the same on all the packaging. Looks amazing. Now on this side, this is something I do want to talk about. You got the number down there. These are the classified symbols. So if you go to GIJoe.com, which is recently relaunched, you can actually decode what each of the symbols mean for the characters, with the first one being the roll, the second one being the gear, the third being the skill, and the fourth being the mastery. And I actually decoded these. So, first up, Roadblock's roll is a level 4 Vanguard, which is pretty awesome. And his gear is a level 3 Heavy Weapons, skill a level 4 Strength, and mastery is level 4 Artillery. So all these symbols, there's 2 codes for the levels, both Joe and Cobra, and also all the symbols have a guide. So if you want to do that yourself, go check it out on the website. But without further ado, let's go look at Roadblock. Alright, so here's Roadblock. Now first things first, he is a larger figure than most. Here he is next to Snake Eyes. See, he's significantly taller as well as bulkier. So it's nice to see that they're not all the same size, but there actually is variation based on characters. So, really nice to see. Let's take a look at his head sculpt. Now, I will note that mine does have a paint error. The mustache got printed over here and didn't quite get over here. Now, I wanted to show this off in the review before painting it myself. It's a pretty easy thing to fix. But it does seem to be that they are using a face print technology of some kind on these figures, which is really nice because that does give them some good detail. It is a little shiny of a face. His arms are not as shiny, but his face is kind of shiny. You can see he's got bald head with a beard. I dig it. I dig it. It's a nice look for Roadblock. Also, take a look at this kind of techie detail here. This sort of blue circle with gold accents is on all of the Joes so far. Duke, Scarlet, and Gung Ho. So outside of Snake Eyes, I think this is like a communicator for the G.I. Joe team, because it is a detail they put on all of them. And overall, the vest here, very nicely detailed. We got the nice star there. Kind of reminds me of the classic Roadblock, always having a vest. And just, really nicely detailed stuff. Some pouches. There's a hole in his back for backpacks. And yeah, the gold is a little overdone. Looking at the legs here, this is one of the things that I think they've already corrected with Gung Ho, is that there is a little too much gold. It does seem kind of weird to have a lot of gold armor. He does have a single knee pad, which makes sense for him being artillery. He can kneel down on that one knee so he can fire a large weapon. But yeah, he's got the gold boots. The pants, pretty standard military gear, but still look really nice. And I do like his gloves. His gloves are, you know, red with gray, but they're really well painted, and I believe they are molded in the red plastic. There are black wrist joints, which I guess was for stability. But yeah, one of the most impressive details, though, this lion tattoo on his arm. It breaks up when you twist the arm, like, you know, because physics, but it does look really nice, and it's nicely printed on there. It's not something that was just, like, cheaply applied. So I really dig that. Now, of course, he's got articulation, and he does have quite a bit of it. So, of note, the vest is a overlay piece, and it's not like the He-Man figures where they have a clasp and you can split it apart, which means it does have a concise look. Now, he does have a torso underneath, if you can see that there. And I'm pretty sure, and this is just a guess, is that his arms and torso, at least, are being reused for Gung Ho. Gung Ho has an open vest, so you can actually see the chest. But this is actually, there is a torso under there. You can't get the vest off without cutting it. I've tried, I've worked with it, but it doesn't really come off too easily. That being said, articulation, he's got ball jointed head with a forward and back hinge, plus a second joint at the base, though it doesn't have a super huge amount of movement. But again, it's Roadblock, so we're not going to worry about it too much. Shoulders move all the way out. The bicep, or the butterfly hinge functions. It's not a super deep cut, but it does move, which gives him some additional range. 360, bicep swivel. We've got double jointed elbow, really nice. We've got wrists that pivot in and out, rotate. There is the waist joint, the O-ring, similar to the O-ring movement without the O-ring construction, torso, and he's also got an ab crunch under there, though it doesn't really help because of the vest, so it's kind of limited there. Zips move out to the side, they pull down so they can kick forward, move back. He's got that double jointed knee. He also does have a thigh swivel. He's got a boot swivel. He's got a pivoting, pivoting foot, swiveling foot. I got my terminology straight. So you can, if you want to get him into a kneel down pose, it's totally possible, and you can make it look a lot better than I am right here. But you know, you can get him to kneel down. But what is articulation without accessories? So first up, he has a small knife, an accessory I didn't know he came with until I got the figure, and it's pretty neat. But what's even cooler is it can tuck away on his vest, nice and easy. His next accessory is his largest one. It is a giant railgun. It's kind of big and ridiculous. It is a railgun, hence by rails and gun. It's nicely painted, nicely detailed. It comes with an ammo cartridge that's removable, which I think is neat. And this just plugs right up in here. But overall, I gotta say, not a super huge fan of it. I really like Roadblock, I'm just not a big fan of this gun. I like the sci-fi weaponry personally, because it does remind me of the Sunbow cartoon. But this thing just seems kind of nuts, and it's a little unwieldy. It's got a trigger handle here and a trigger handle here. I can't really get him to grip this one and hold it well. This is the only one that can work with that. This one's warped because I'm trying to get him to position it. I wish it had a swivel. And I think that if it cut off these parts at the end, it was just like big futuristic gun, I'd be cool with it. It's this part at the end I'm not so much digging. So eventually down the line, I'm going to replace the weapon on this guy. I have a weapons pack ordered from the Action Force Kickstarter, so we're going to use that thing. But it's a cool weapon, it does its job, but I do think it is probably my least favorite bit of the figure. So overall, I gotta say, Roadblock's a nice figure. I'm not too keen on his weapon, which I think kind of brings him down as my least favorite of the line, but I will take this figure over any Marvel Legend any day. I really do like the figure, and swapping the weapon isn't something that's that difficult. I have other weapons for figures. I got other stuff you can use. I actually specifically ordered a weapons pack that had a gun in it that I thought would look good with this guy, so, you know, it's one of those things. But overall, I really do like Roadblock. Great solid figure, great representation of the character. It's a modern version of him. Most of the line is. But I look at him and I do recognize Roadblock. I definitely don't think he's heavy duty, so, you know, kind of a win there. And yeah, if you're building out your Joe team, he's definitely worth it for that. But overall, if you want Roadblock, get him for being Roadblock. If you don't, then you don't. That's kind of how it goes. But that's it for the review. I really don't have anything else to say on this figure, but stay tuned as Duke will be up next, and we'll be taking a look at G.I. Joe Classified. I do like doing individual videos for these because these figures are very unique to each other, which is really nice to see. So stay tuned for more videos. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which G.I. Joe team member you want to see in a future wave. I'm still waiting on Lady J. Probably be waiting a while on that. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. And be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on a video. Check out the other reviews, including Snake Eyes, and future reviews like Duke and Scarlet and Destro. And also be sure to check out Hero Club at hero-club.com. I report on all the G.I. Joe Classified news when it comes out, so that stuff is good to keep track of. And check out our great graphic designer, Dark Claw, on Twitter at DarkClaw643. Till next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.